Welcome back. 2014. Figure this is a good time for Dude, Travis, and myself to give our top 5 of the games that came out in 2013.
Yay.
Welcome to the video.
Fantastic.
So everything sucked. There's nothing worth playing.
It was a pretty bad year. I'm not going to disagree with him there. There have been better years.
Like the year Witcher 2 came out, 2011, baby! So, who is gonna start their
Probably.
thing?
Actually, we'll have Do, because Do probably has a pretty good list. He takes things kind of more seriously than you do.
All right. My list is actually 6 long.
Wow.
I wanted to give an honorable mention to Don't Starve.
Why's that?
Just like the
Because
single. Well, the single.
It was in
Well,
beta for
because-
a really long time.
It was in beta for a long time. And buy it in beta, get it $3 cheaper. So I did, and I got a free copy with it. And I gave it to Travis, and he never played it.
That's not true.
Sucks for
That's
him.
not
Well,
true.
he played it. He played it for 2 minutes. He died. Didn't play it again
Until
He starved.
until what?
That's the problem.
like several months later when I picked it up again, and I was playing it for a long time. I played it for like 20 hours. It's pretty good for me.
That's way more than I thought you played it. I got
Yeah.
introduced to it through Travis, through Mike B. If you are
'Cause we all
familiar
watch
with
Mike
YouTube
B.
at all, you know Mike B. If you know what you're doing, you know Mike B. I played that game. I have 92 recorded hours on Steam for Don't Starve. So, like, I just
Damn.
enjoyed the survival. Right. So,
No big
it's
deal.
it's a very unforgiving game until you learn the ins and outs of how to survive and when not to fight. But my 5th game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing, transformed. Didn't like non-transformed. Transformed, though. That's where it's at. Originally, that game was released in 2012, but the PC version was 2013, so it's on my list.
Counts.
So boom.
My 4th one, I didn't play any of the prior releases, like for PlayStation 1 or 2 or any of the old ones, but the new Tomb Raider that came out was a very fantastic game, and I quite enjoyed it. I don't know how much time I spent playing that game.
I feel like all our lists are gonna be the fucking same. Like, I feel like that's gonna happen.
They might be.
Nah. Mine's different.
Might be. No, I think 2 of my last 3 will definitely be different from other years. My 3rd game, and I'll mention why it's my 3rd and not my 2nd. My 3rd game is Dead Space 3.
Deep Space
Dead Space
Nine.
9.
Deep Space 3. Deep Space 3.
Dead
Okay, I'm gonna
Space.
make that joke.
Fuck.
That's a bad joke.
Deep
Yeah.
Space.
Dead Space 3. The reason it's not 2 is microtransactions that kind of ruined it. I mean, you don't have to buy them, but it's cheap move, EA. Fucking stop it. I said stop it.
Do is spoken.
A lot of people hated that it wasn't a horror game, but how many games are truly horror throughout a whole trilogy, let alone a whole game? And you get tricked by a bad guy once to get scared, and you expect it for the rest of the game, so I enjoyed it for what it was. It's a great one.
I still need to play that game. Like, I have it, and I just haven't played it yet. And I think it would be better for somebody like me, because I get terrified of horror
Right.
games.
My second game, Sanctum 2. There's really
Sanctum
no more words, and I think it speaks for itself. Sanctum 2, tower defense shooter. Can't go wrong with a tower defense shooter. Much like Orcs Must Die, but that was 2 years ago. Okay, my top game is BioShock Infinite. I know neither of you played.
Yeah.
Well, Travis, I think
I'm
you
actually
played some
surprised.
of it. I was expecting you to not like that choice. I enjoyed it. I played the first 2. I don't
It's
think
just
either
so
of you played the first
typical.
2.
Like, fucking typical. Oh, God, fucking BioShock Infinite. Just like everybody's. I half expect Dave to be like, oh my God, pirates. Ass Creed 4 is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So, like, it doesn't surprise me that yours is fucking BioShock Infinite.
Well, it's the finisher of a trilogy. It's the last one. It was all you expected it to be. A lot of people think it was a bad shooter, but if you like the first 2 games, you really didn't expect it to be a fantastic shooter like some of the other ones out there. So that's really not a letdown. It's just kind of par for the course for BioShock. It was good. It's a great story. It was a fantastic looking game. There's not anything wrong with it in my eyes. That's my number one game this year, BioShock Infinite.
There you go.
I think that's acceptable.
Man, Travis, can you top that?
My list is similar, although it does vary.
You actually made a
Slightly.
list. I'm surprised. I didn't
Yes.
think you would.
I just made it. Scrolling through the Steam library, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely it right here. So, okay. So, mine is going to be. See, I don't even know. I don't even know what order I should put these in, but I'm gonna go with
Just make sure you save your best one for last.
probably what we're going. Yeah, like I'll probably put my best ones last, which is probably what we're still playing. So I'm gonna go with first of all, Deadpool. Like the Deadpool PC game was fucking great. It had lots of problems. The combat was terrible. I didn't give any fucks. I didn't give any fucks because it was a hilarious game and it wasn't terribly long, but I mean, it's a comic book game. What the fuck do you expect? It was a fun game to me. So that's my number 5. Going with my number 4 is Trials Evolution. Now there is a big.
I almost put that on mine too.
We are big fans of Mike B, and we watch all his like Trials Evolution Tuesdays and Will It Donkeys and stuff like that. So big ups to Mike B. Where you at, son? But the PC game, like even though the PC game was absolute ass, terrible lag, it has awful problems. They never fix anything with patches. Games can't connect to multiplayer. Despite all these issues, it's still fun as fuck when it actually works. So that's my number 4. Then our games pretty much become the same. Other than that, like next on the block is Tomb Raider. I bought Tomb Raider very early on when it was still expensive. It was because it was totally worth it. It's freaking awesome. I really liked it. There's nothing I can really say that was bad about it that I can remember. The whole animal kill animal mechanic, they probably should have done something with that. But other than that, because it was useless. Other than like getting EXP, but you get that for doing everything else anyways. So other than that, it was a great game. Sonic Transformed, we're all currently playing the shit out of that game. It's a massive amount of fun to get like just a bunch of friends playing it, 6, 7, 8 friends if you got that many, and just pile them all on the game. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I am trying to be insulting. It's only like $5 if you pick it up on Steam on cheap. Whenever they go sales, so it's not that big a deal. So you can like convince all your friends to spend $5 and pick that shit up because it's fun as hell. And when you stomp everybody's ass with Sonic because he is the best, everybody gets pissed and they're like, "Oh my god!" And it's awesome. So, so there's that, and then my last one, of
Choose
course,
that
is
over the new Mario Kart.
yeah, fuck all that noise. So my next one is definitely Sanctum 2. I fucking love that game. That is so much goddamn fun. All the expansion packs, which I haven't gotten to all of them yet, but they're supposedly awesome because you can't break the gameplay. The gameplay is too fucking good. And they recently put in these things called the friendship lasers or some shit like that, and they're fucking amazing. And the cannons, I fucking love that game. I want to play it right now. I don't even want to make this video anymore. I want to play it. So that's my list.
That's actually a pretty good
Number
list.
1, Sanctum 2.
What was your number 1 again, Do? I don't recall. It was BioShock Infinite. That's right.
BioShock
That's two
Infinite.
pretty good. That's 2 really good number 1s. All right. I only have one thing on my list that's on all of you guys' list. The rest are actually different games, and I actually have a console game on here because I still play consoles because I'm not an elitist dick.
Okay. Internet Dave would not be part of this group if he wasn't the one recording and editing all of our videos. I just want to put that out there.
I'm really.
He's not for the PC Master Race.
Luckily, you guys are really lazy, so I could have to do all this work. There's games I didn't actually put on my list that I could have. Like Sanctum 2, we played the hell out of. It's really good. I've had a lot of fun playing it with you guys. Like Bioshock Infinite is supposed to be really good. Tomb Raider is a game Travis yells at me for not playing, which is supposed to be like fucking amazing. Haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't have a lot of time between work,
It's really good.
this recording and editing now, and also trying to find time to go to the gym. But from what I have played, I'm gonna start number 5. It's actually an indie game.
Real quick. Let me interrupt since we're talking about Tomb Raider. It's really good if you pretend it's not Tomb Raider, because it's not really like the old Tomb Raider games. Like, I mean, it kind of is, but it really isn't at the same time. It's more like adventure-y type combat, really quick moves, and just fun in general, and it's less sluggish than the older games. I like to think of it as an evolution in what Tomb Raider could be in the future, because it's really good, and they took the series in a really good direction.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Like I was saying, my number 5 is actually an indie game. It's Long Live the Queen. Like it's not a really popular game, and I'm pretty sure nobody even know what the fuck it is, but it's so much fun. It's a game where you control a queen, teaching her like different things to be a better ruler as she tries to survive through her coronation and rule the country. You have to watch out for things like political assassins, poison, murderers. Try to learn magic or worry about like your military strength, how well you can do tactics, and it's so much fun. I would love to see that game. I hate you. I would love to see the dialogue tree broken down to like a giant flowchart. That's how awesome it is.
Ugh.
You're all dicks. Alright, number 4 is another game I had a blast playing with you guys. Fucking trying to being the wizard and making
That
boxes
fucking game.
and breaking all the puzzles was amazing. We should probably do recordings of that because it's a lot of fun.
I totally forgot about that game. That fucking game, man. Like,
It's so
it's
good.
literally like, after the update, it's like, everybody can be wizards now. So there's no reason to pick any other race. Like, just fucking pick a wizard. Pick a wizard. There's no puzzles anymore. Just throw up, like, long-ass blocks and shit, and we'll just walk over the puzzle. Don't even worry about it.
There'll be too many blocks. All our wizards will be yelling, "You shall not pass." Because I
You
got my
guys-
blocks in the fucking way.
You guys are complaining, but I was cracking up the entire time we were playing it, and I think we will do a video of that in the future. We'll probably do that sometime next year. I know it's old, but it's so much fun, and I like it that much.
Such a dork. You guys, wizards. Wizards.
You know, just because you are dead inside and don't have like an imagination past Tomb Raider doesn't mean everyone else should be. Number 3 and number 2 were a really close match. I'm gonna say number 3 was Sonic All-Star Racing. That I had most of these were the games I had the most fun with. And Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed was probably the best racing game I played all year.
That's a hell of a praise.
I haven't played many racing games this year. That's
It's not even a simulation.
I was going to say the same thing, but the only other one I've played is Need for Speed.
The only reason my number 2 beat Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed is because my number 2 game, I actually enjoyed playing single player as well, and playing single player on Sonic to unlock everything was tedious and made me want to kill myself. But my number 2 game was Dragon's Crown. It's a game that came out on the PS3 this year. It's really good. It's a 2D side scroller. Just beat 'em up. The art style's great. It looks like it's just drawn. Not because of the giant titted sorceress. I actually play as
Huge tits, giant ass.
I play as the wizard, so that excuse doesn't work.
That's why Dave loved playing that game by himself.
I played as the wizard. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's
He was
really
like,
good.
guys,
It's a
I
lot
wish
of
you
fun.
had PS3s.
I do. I wish you guys had PS3s.
Don't you wish like back in the day they had like you could rent a console? Like you could go to your local Blockbuster and be like, I want to rent this Jaguar, and then you just rented the
I've
console.
done that before. I don't remember which console it was I rented, but I've definitely done that before. Back when Blockbuster used to exist.
But my number 1, I'm kind of upset Travis called, but I talk about it every day I see him. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Yeah. Fucking need more assassins. More ass Creed, please.
It takes everything, like, it has I know it has its downsides. Like, for example, it does have the, like, hour-long tutorial that every Assassin's Creed has, but if any new player jumped in they didn't have that, they'd probably get really upset. So I accept that. That's an acceptable evil. And the
You know
sailing...
what? Just Just be glad you did not play the opening to Assassin's Creed 3 because it
I
made
did.
me so upset.
I didn't beat 3,
Did
but
you?
yeah, it wasn't that bad.
You played the opening though.
Yeah, I played.
And you didn't see any problems with hopping around in the middle of a huge theater and not being seen by anyone.
Yeah, no,
Or
it's
perhaps
realistic.
when you beat the fuck out of some guy on the ship in the combat tutorial and then he's bleeding as if he had been stabbed to death. And then he's sitting back and he's just chilling with a happy face covered in blood. Like, oh, what's up, guy? No problem. And then the very next scene, he's got no blood on him. Fuck inconsistencies. Fuck him.
You know what? I don't want to bring it up. This is the guy who has 600 hours in Warframe.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you guys want to hear my most hated game of 2013?
Most hated.
Rogue Legacy. Fuck that game. Fuck that game in the ass. I will trust Mike B to the end of the earth of any game other than that fucking Rogue Legacy. Fuck that shit. I want my fucking money back. I waited so long for the Steam sale this summer for it to go cheap. It never got cheap. I paid full $15 for that shit. Played it for 2 hours, turned it off, hadn't touched it since. Fuck that game. Fuck it.